Did siege maps get worse? I'm going to go through every old siege map to see if they are really better. Each map used to have a day and night version, so I'm going to be showing you the night version of each map. If you enjoy the video, then be sure to subscribe and drop a like, and comment your favorite. Starting off with the long-lost siege map, Bartlett University. This is by far one of the most beautiful maps, and it holds a special place in a lot of old siege players' hearts. Did you know that Emerald Plains was originally a Bartlett Uni rework? This has been confirmed by Ubisoft developers. There also used to be a funny glitch where you would see the Emerald Plains building inside the Bartlett University map. Even though I do miss Bartlett, it had its problems. The entire map only had one door entrance. Every other entrance were just windows. It was also full of spawn peaks. In year 1, Bartlett University was actually completely different and only available in single-player mode. But in year 1, season 4, Operation Red Crow, when Hibana, Echo, and the Skyscraper map were released, Bartlett received a rework and was added to ranked and quick match playlists. People ask me all the time, why was this map removed? Well, it was removed due to controversy surrounding school shootings, with it being a university. This is one of my favorite parts of the map. There's a skylight you can jump down into, and it's just a very aesthetic area. It was such a unique map. It's very nostalgic to me. The kitchen area was pretty cool. I used to like defending this site. Would you like to see Bartlett University return? Clubhouse was the first rework in Siege history, and it might actually be the best rework too. Reworked in year 3, season 2, Operation Parabellum, which was the same season that we got operator bans. In old Siege, Clubhouse Garage had ladders instead of stairs, and there was no window connecting to CCTV. Ubisoft did a great job at reworking this map without changing too much. Construction didn't even exist. The hatch in logistics was weirdly placed. The bathroom wall made a really loud noise when you broke it. And there was a random hatch above gym. The layout of bar was quite different. Blue stairs didn't exist either. Clubhouse may be one of the best reworks, but House has to be the worst rework in Siege history. Did you know that House was actually the first map ever created for Siege? It was originally designed by developers as a prototype to test the game's destruction mechanics. Old House was a fan favorite map, an absolute staple in Siege's early days. It's the most iconic map in Siege by far, and was even in ranked. The reason why it was so iconic was because it had a simple and small layout, and a heavy focus on destructibility. Let's hope that one day it will return. Kafe Dostoyevsky is another example of a great rework. But Old Cafe at Night is just stunning. Released in year 4, season 2, Operation Phantom Sight. It has changed massively. The first and third floor are completely different, but the second floor is pretty much identical to what we have today. The only thing that I don't like about New Cafe is that they didn't keep the aesthetic. It doesn't look anywhere near as beautiful. I completely forgot that this window was a thing. Just look at how bonkers this map used to be. The 2 balconies on the top floor didn't exist. A core memory for me is the music that plays in Pillar Room. This was obviously removed. There's a reason we call it New Balcony and New Hatch. Piano room, freezer, and bathroom were all pretty much identical. Chalet got completely reworked in Year 5, Season 3, Operation Shadow Legacy, which was a huge update for Siege, with the introduction of the 1.5 scope and map bans. The most memorable part of this map is throwing C4 out of these windows to deny hard breachers. Kitchen was most people's favorite site to defend. It had a little window that you could throw C4 out of, or spawn peek through. In my opinion, I think old Chalet is better. Visually, it looked much more pleasing on the eye. And to me, it felt more fun and more alive. I enjoyed it more. Although, there was some crazy overpowered Mira strats. You could place one here in Wine Cellar to stop the attackers from entering. And this was back when you could only destroy a Mira with Twitch, or by shooting the red canister. Half of Blue Hallway didn't exist in Old Chalet. Bar was also quite easy to defend, if you knew the right strats. Look at how much upstairs has changed. I'll admit, the one bad thing about this map was the out-of-control spawn peaks. There was another balcony outside of bedroom, which made it a bit harder to defend. Oregon was reworked in Year 5, Season 1, during Operation Void Edge. The second floor received a complete revamp, especially the attic area. Like on other maps, there was a window that you could shoot through or throw things out of. Do you remember this little Easter egg poster thing with a QR code? Let me know what you find when you scan it. Ubisoft did a great job with this one. While the older maps may have looked better overall, there are a few reworks that Ubisoft really nailed, and Oregon is one of them. This door doesn't exist anymore. And neither does this bathroom area. Freezer also wasn't a thing in Old Oregon. I can't really remember how balanced this map was. Looking at the layout, I feel like it was pretty balanced. But I remember the bottom floor being very defender-sided. Now this is what you call a rework. Imagine attacking Bunker with just Thermite and Hibana, because Ace didn't exist back then. Kanal is yet again another example of a good rework, allowing the attackers to flow through the map much easier than before. It was reworked in Year 4, Season 3, Operation Ember Rise. Old Kanal is almost unrecognizable. The map is just completely different. For some reason, these windows had bars so that attackers couldn't rappel through. But I liked it, because it made the map more unique. This area is mesmerizing. Why would they remove the boat? Even though New Kanal is much better, Ubi never failed to ruin the aura of these maps. I have some really core memories here. I think my first ever Siege game back in 2015 was actually on Kanal. The YouTuber Preez T used to host events on this map, called Border Patrol, I used to watch them a lot. I think the videos contributed massively to his success. I think this is where it gets really weird. It was a nightmare trying to attack on this map. Tower came out in Year 2, Season 4, Operation White Noise. It actually used to be in Ranked, and has never received a rework. I just wanted to show you the beauty of what this map used to look like at nighttime. Operation White Noise was peak Siege in my opinion. The vibes were unmatched. Consulate holds the record for the longest time without a map rework. In 2023, Year 8, Season 3, UB decided to rework this map. So if it lasted that long, then what went wrong? If you're a new player, then you've probably played this version of Consulate in the R6 containment event. I know that a lot of Siege players hate the new version. Personally, I don't mind it, but I do think that they overdid the rework. In my opinion, the only real problem with old cons was spawn peeking. So all they could have done is block a few spawn peaks, or make it harder to pull off a spawn peak. Instead, they changed the entire layout of the map. So yeah, not a massive fan of the new version, but I don't mind it. Theme Park holds the record for the fastest map rework. Released in 2017, Year 2, Season 3, Operation Blood Orchid. It was so hated by the community that it was reworked just 2 years later, in Year 4, Season 4, Operation Shifting Tides, when Wamai and Cali were released, and even got removed from Ranked at one point. My favorite thing about this map was the train room in the center. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually like both versions of Theme Park. If we're talking about ranked play, then I think that current theme is much better. The labs room used to be called Drug Labs, and it was the default site to defend on old Theme Park. Daycare and bunk were pretty hard to defend.
Bestow upon Zanzibar the gift of your bounties.
The Doctor's Curse event is just old Theme Park, so if you're a newer player, the chances are you've already played this. Old Hereford Base is so damn nostalgic. It was the second rework in Siege history and was changed in 2018, Year 3, Season 3. They tried to make the new version into a ranked map, but it got removed from ranked in Year 4, Season 3, along with Fortress and Theme Park. Then Theme Park was obviously added back 1 season later. But the new Hereford is probably one of the worst reworks UB has ever made, along with the house rework. I remember doing renown glitches in this exact room. You could go AFK for hours on end. I may have just exposed myself, but no one will see this anyway. Coastline has only gotten minor changes over the years. Remember the music that used to play outside of Kitchen? It now plays inside the kitchen on the radio. Dancing with your teammates to the songs is a fun memory for me. The music only used to play on the night map version. There were lots of bars like this, giving defenders an easy pixel peek, and you could plant in service entrance, which you are no longer able to do. Overall, I think the changes that have been made to Coastline have been great, but as you can see, the aesthetic of the map is gone, and it looks nowhere near as nice as it used to. Bank is another map that has only received some minor changes. And like every other map, it looked better at night. The alleyway connecting the two spawn points didn't exist, making this area spawn peak heaven. The tunnel also received a complete change. And there were these iron bars like on Coastline, which were rightly removed. And the elevators were all different too. So overall, good map changes. Border was reworked in Year 6 Season 1 Operation Crimson Heist.
Do not attempt to board the helicopter!
The changes to this map weren't huge, but they were definitely good changes. Obviously adding a catwalk connecting break room to east stairs, and the bathroom was extended, making bathroom a very strong site for defenders now. They also added some stairs here. I can't tell if Armory was easier to defend now or then. Skyscraper was reworked in Year 5 Season 4, Operation Neon Dawn. I prefer the old version, but I may just be biased for this one. I do think the current Skyscraper is much better for competitive and ranked play. Look at how much it's changed. I completely forgot about the layout of old Skyscraper until I made this video. There's so much vibrancy. This is why old Siege felt more alive. Current Siege is extremely bland. Outback was reworked in Year 6 Season 4 with the release of Thorn. Old Outback is probably a forgotten map by now. It wasn't in the game that long, similar to Old Theme Park. But the thing with Old Theme Park is that it's actually used in the Doctor's Curse event, so it's not forgotten. This version of Outback was hated by the community. Looking back on it, I think I prefer this version. It was huge with so many places to hide in. Great for Kavira mains. It was huge with so many places to hide in. Great for anyone who mains Kavira. Looking at the garage is a nostalgia trip. Defending this room was so easy. It was a very underrated site. If you actually made it this far, then thanks for watching my video. If you want to support me, then you can become a member to my channel. Just click the button next to subscribe. If you like old Siege content, or just Siege content in general, then check out my channel. Come join my Discord to chat with me and many others, or give me suggestions for videos, whatever your heart desires.